Alright, man, so we have the top 5 loadouts in the season 2 update. So if you enjoyed the video, drop a like on the video. 500 likes in one single day, and I will bring you guys the top 5 SMGs. If you feel like I left any gun off this list, don't be hesitant. Let me know down in the comment section. So with that being said, enjoy the video. All right, man, so getting straight into it, you guys already see the first gun on the list we have is the VAZNEV 9K. Now this gun did receive a small nerf, but it's still the best SMG in the game, especially after the FTAC got nerfed into the ground. On Ashika Island, you guys definitely want to be using the VAZNEV 9K. So enough of all that talking, man. Let me show you guys the best setup. So for the very first attachment you guys want to run is the FTAC Castle Comp, which gives you a horizontal and vertical recoil control. This gun definitely needs it. The tuning on that, we have the ADS speed at -0.46, and then the gun K control at +0.17. Next attachment we have is the FTAC GRIMLINE laser, which gives you a hip recoil control, hip fire accuracy along through sprint to fire speed. Sprint to fire speed is always key on an SMG. You guys definitely want to have that, especially in close quarter combats on Ashika Island. Next attachment we have is the 45 round mags. Just extend your ammo, of course. You guys will need that because you're going to run out of ammo a lot. Second to last attachment round is the TRUE-TAC grip for the rear grip, which gives you a sprint to fire speed along with your ADS speed. The tuning on that, we have the ADS speed at -0.42, and then the sprint to fire speed at -0.15. Then the very last attachment round is the I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Try to pronounce that down in the comment section. We have the best stock, which gives you an aim walk speed along with your sprint speed, and then the tuning on that, we have the ADS speed at -2.71, and then the aim walk speed at -1.32. man, the best SMG in the game right now. Make sure you guys go ahead and take a screenshot. So the next gun we got up on the list, arguably, man, the best long range gun right now, especially on Ashika Island in Mazra. If you guys are still playing that, we have the HCR56. They nerfed the RPK into the ground, and this is the next long range LMG meta. So enough of all that talking. She got the best setup, man. So for the very first set you guys want to run is the best barrel, the BRUEN TURACO 6.86mm barrel, which gives you sound suppression and recoil control along with your bullet velocity. The tuning on that, we have the recoil steadiness at +0.19, and then the ADS speed at -0.06. The best on the barrel we have is the phase 3 grip, which gives you your aiming eye stability, hip fire accuracy along with recoil stabilization. The tuning on that, we have the ADS speed at -0.13, and then the aiming eye stability at +0.10. Third attachment round is the 5.56 high velocity ammunition, which just basically gives you bullet velocity. You guys are definitely going to need this just to, help at range. For the damage range, you have +0.38, and then the bullet velocity at +3.77. Second side attachment round is the VLK LZR7W laser, which gives you your ADS speed, aiming stability along the sprint to fire speed, which is key on this gun because this is an LMG. It does have a slowed ADS, so this does help with that. Then the very last attachment round is optional, but I ran the optic, the CORVUS SOL76, which I personally love, man. The tuning on that, we have the close at +0.31, and then the ADS speed at -0.87, man. An absolute dominant long range weapon, the god gun of season 2. But I'll go to take a screenshot, man. Now next gun we got up on the list, man, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. The Castoff 762 has been hitting since Al Mazrah, the start of the game. Since we had the RPK meta, it got kind of pushed under the radar, but this is definitely going to be the best AR in season 2. So enough of all that talking. Let me show you guys the best setup, man. So for the very first attachment you guys want to run is the Castovia DX90 muzzle, which gives you a sound suppression, bullet velocity, recoil smoothness along with your recoil control. The tuning on that, we have the ADS speed at -0.59, and then the bullet velocity at +0.43. Second attachment round is the best barrel, the IGK34 6mm barrel, which gives you recoil control along with your bullet velocity. For the tuning on that, we have the recoil steadiness at +0.16, and then the ADS speed at -0.08. Third attachment round is the LOCKGRIP Precision 40, which is, you guys already know, this underbarrel is absolutely amazing, which gives you a hip fire accuracy, recoil steadiness along with your aim walking steadiness. The tuning on that, we have the left side in the middle because we don't need either or, and then we have the ADS speed at -0.10, man. Absolutely crazy on this gun. Next attachment we have, second to last attachment, is the 40 round mag, just extend your ammo, of course. Definitely gonna need this because it does run out of ammo a lot. Then the very last attachment round is the AIM Op V4 sight, which I personally love. The tuning on that, we have the ADS speed at -1.55, and then close at +0.29, man. Definitely run this setup for sure. But go to take a screenshot. Now I'm gonna keep it a stack. The next gun we got up on the list is the MP5, aka the Lockman sub. This is definitely going to be one of the best SMGs, top 3 for sure, especially after the FTAC nerf. It already was top 3, probably the second best sub in the game before the FTAC. Now after the FTAC, it probably is the best SMG to run along with the VAZNEV, man. So enough of all that talking. I'm sure you guys the best MP5 class setup. So for the first attachment you guys want to run is the XTEN Black Kite muzzle, which just basically gives you sound suppression, bullet velocity, recoil smoothness along with recoil control. The tuning on that, we have the ADS speed at -0.45, and then the bullet velocity at +0.42. Second attachment round is the underbarrel, the MERC FOREGRIP, which gives you hip fire accuracy, recoil steadiness along with your hip recoil control and your aim walking speed. The tuning on that, we have the hip walking speed at -0.21 because this thing has a great hip fire accuracy, and then the ADS speed at -0.08. 30 attachment round is the 9mm overpressured ammunition, which just basically gives you your target finish. It's amazing on my pistols, and it's also amazing on my SMGs, man. So on that, we have the damage range at plus 0.25, and then the bullet velocity at plus 3.77. Second to last attachment round is the VLK LZR7W laser, which gives you your ADS speed and stability along with your sprint to fire speed. Then the very last attachment round is the 40 round mag, which you guys are definitely going to run. You guys can run the 50, but just know it'll slow down your movement speed and your ADS speed a lot. So on Ashika Island, we want to make sure we're ready, we're agile with it, so we ran the 40, man, and it does have a good reload speed, so you guys aren't, you know, getting left behind, you feel me? But go to take a screenshot, man. Now next gun we got up on our list, man, is the EBR-14, the 2-shot god gun right now. This thing actually received the buff. The EBR along with the SO-14, that's a little hint to you guys, like for the next top 5. The EBR and the SO-14 are the 2 DMR metas that we don't need again, but they're absolutely broken in season 2. So enough of all that talking. I'm sure you guys the best setup, man. So the first stats you guys want to run is the Polo Fire S muzzle, which gives you a sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range along with the recoil smoothness. The tuning on that, we have the ADS speed at negative 0.45, and then the bullet velocity at plus 0.48. The best barrel we have is the 18-inch T300 barrel, which gives you recoil control, hip fire recoil control along with your bullet velocity. The tuning on that, we have the ADS speed at negative 0, the aimbox speed at negative 0.23, excuse me, and then we have the damage range at plus 0.23. But if you guys feel like it's a little too slow for Ashika Island, go ahead and just tune it for ADS speed. But I personally love the damage range on it. 30 attachment we ran, which you guys are definitely gonna need, is the 20 round mag, because this thing runs out of ammo quickly, especially since you're running sniper rounds. So definitely throw that on. Second to last attachment, which is optional, is the VLK 4x optic. You know, it is optional. The VLK back from, you know, Warzone 1. We have the ADS speed at negative 0.77, and then the close at plus 0.50. Then the very last attachment we ran is the FTAC VALOR stock, which is the best stock, which gives you aiming stability along with your recoil control. This thing does not move with this stock. The tuning on that, we have the ADS speed at negative 1.94, and then the aiming idle stability at plus 0.93, man. Absolutely dominant. The DMR meta is definitely back, so run it while you can before they nerf it. But go to take a screenshot, man. Now I hate to say it, but they did not nerf the PA90s. They did nerf the X13s, the best pistols in the game in season 1. Now we're in season 2, and the PA90s will definitely be the close range metaphor pistols, man. It's absolutely crazy. So enough of all that talk, let me show you guys the best setup. So for the first stats you guys want to run is the best muzzle, the FT still fire muzzle, which gives you a sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range along with the recoil smoothness. The tuning on that, we have the ADS speed at negative 0.86, and the bullet velocity at plus 0.58. For the trigger action, we have the BRUEN MG80 trigger, which gives you an aiming idle stability along with your fire rate. Tuning on that, we have the ADS speed at negative 0.09, and the sprint fire speed at negative 0.05. Third attachment round is the 1 milliwatt pistol laser, which gives you a hip recoil control along with your hip fire accuracy and your sprint to fire speed, which is key on both SMGs and pistols. Any close range gun in the game, sprint to fire speed and ADS speed are 2 key things you guys want. Second to last attachment round is the 12 round mag, which just extend your ammo. Of course, definitely want this, especially if you're going up against a full team of 4. Then the very last attachment round is the most broken thing on this pistol, is the Akimbo P890. This thing does heavy damage, so with 2 of them in your hand, you guys are dropping enemies like alive. But yeah, this is the best P890 setup, man. Go to take a screenshot. So yeah, down in the comment section, let me know what gun you guys think should be on this list, or what gun I'm personally sleeping on that you guys want me to make a video on and try, because I will definitely make a video, man. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys drop a like, drop a sub. It'll be very, very much appreciated. And yeah, legend.
If it's right up in a circle, bet that chopper it get low. Yeah, I bet that chopper it get low. I bet that chopper it get low.